All right, so 1091 is finally up, and I have questions. Loved it, but I have questions. So Kizaru has started the attack on the island while the Navy fights the sea beast. Now, Kizaru's gone after Sentomaru. We're going to talk about the differences between the scan early translations that were released as well as the official. So overall, I am leaning towards favoring the scans in terms of just the tone. We start with Vegapunk talking about how, oh, they're already fighting, but Sentomaru has control of the pacifistas. It should be obvious that the barrier in the island is impenetrable. Like, they shouldn't be able to. Why are they attacking yet? Almost like, God, are they stupid going after my creations led by my protege? Like, what idiots are going after them? But he's also worried about Sentomaru, and we'll get to all that after. The exact wording between the official translations and the scans being, right now, with Sentomaru leading the pacifistas, the island's defenses are utterly impenetrable compared to the scans already, but Sentomaru is waiting for them with a squadron of pacifistas under his command. It should be clear the island's defenses are highly impenetrable. Again, he's really hyping up and bragging about how good his defenses are to the island, and I'm partly thinking like that's just him being A, bragging, and B, hopeful that Sentomaru will also be well protected. But Kizaru is saying his attack's stronger than Sentomaru's defense, and it's not good for my darling boy Sentomaru, who has jumped high on my list of favorite side characters after this arc. Brook, of course, is saying in the scan translations about how our dark past is coming back to haunt us compared to the official translations. Like, we have very bad memories, remnants of Sabati. And yes, this entire thing is reflecting Sabati, but we know it's going to end differently. I refuse to believe otherwise. Vegapunk in near tears when he hears how Kizaru's fighting Sentomaru is like, it's so cruel of me to ask this of you, Sentomaru. Like, I'd understand if you fled, because he knows the relationship that he has with Kizaru. And Kizaru says the same thing. Sentomaru, you know you want to run, just flee, leave this fight. But Sentomaru is adamant, I made a promise to Straw Hat Luffy, I'm not backing down. To which Kizaru is just like, since when are you so chummy or friendly with pirates? And he adamantly just says that he made a deal with Luffy, and he will make a deal with any pirate if it means helping Vegapunk escape, talking about how Vegapunk saved his life, and he'd do anything to protect this man. So we've established that my love of found family is all-consuming. So the fact that Sentomaru is just, like, completely loyal to Vegapunk over the military and government as a whole, love that for him, love this character. Yeah, the exact wording being in the official, I'll take the side of anyone who creates an escape route for the man who saved my life. Compared to, I owe the old man my life, I don't care whose side I gotta take if it helps him escape. It flowed a little better in the scans, but there's honestly no real difference between them. I just love that line in general. I also gotta love the scan ones just because he still calls Kizaru Unk, which, yeah, not really family relationship, more respect and higher ranking kind of acknowledgement. But I like him calling him Unk or Uncle, and it just showing that familiarity and respect that he has for him, and still to know that he would go after him with a battle axe to protect Vegapunk. And in the scan ones, he also calls Vegapunk Grandpa, like, how do I protect Gramps? Oh, I love it. I love it so very much. I want to know if the tone is actually there in the original Japanese of this respectful monikers and all that. And why it was removed from Viz. Because it was there in Sabati. He did call him uncle, and I thought he was legit his uncle when I first read it. Like, why is that no longer in the official translation? And we get a Sentomaru flashback where he's just this little tiny kid, and he's fighting bears. And he's saying everyone in the village is such a weakling. He took down these bears, no problem. So, hey, Vegapunk and Kizaru, why don't you hire me? And they do, and Kizaru trains him. And it's a delight, and it's so cute, and I want more from this flashback. I'm wondering if there's any possibility that Sentomaru might be, like, of the same people that Kuma is, because maybe he's a little different. He's definitely strong. Similar-ish body shape. I don't know. I really want to know what Kuma talking about being from a special group of people. I need to know. But Sentomaru said, like, he saved his life, so just took him in as a child, raised him, protected him. I don't know. I need more. I need more information. Cut to present day of Kizaru just saying you were so adorable back then as they're fighting. explosions happen, and Sentomaru goes down. And I am very unhappy about this, even though everyone saw it coming. Kizaru takes the control chip from my darling Sentomaru. Vegapunk is in tears when Usopp reveals that Sentomaru has fallen, and Kizaru gives the orders for the pacifistas to turn, attack the sea beast, and protect the Navy ships. Celestial Dragon's like, well, it sucks to lose the sea beast, but I'd rather have the pacifistas. Good call. Vegapunk is talking about how Kizaru is made of light and can easily go through the barriers, and then we hear about a security breach. We're implying that it's Kizaru, maybe just possibly it's one of Blackbeard's pirates, only just now showing up and no one actually was switched. I'm leaning towards it's referring to Kizaru. Whatever it is, the alarms interrupt Luffy and Bonnie's lunch, and the giant robot Vegapunk is running with the Sunny, trying to get away as Kizaru is approaching. The main change between the official and scans comes in the checklist that Kizaru says during it. So let me get the exact words. So I'm 90% sure that's Kizaru speaking. Official checklists to keep safe. The power plant, Punk Records, York, who is actually a friend, it turns out. Checklist to be eliminated, Dr. Vegapunk. And in the scans it says... the power station, Punk Records, and New York are the three things that we cannot allow to become collateral. Honestly, it would be nice if we could add an old friends to that list. Unfortunately, though, Dr. Vegapunk's elimination is our top priority. So I like the scans because if that is how it's actually meant to be, it's like I wish I could spare Sentomaru. I wish I could have saved my old friend. But it also makes me hate this man so much more, because, or just make him a really good antagonist, because he literally did not hesitate to take down one of his oldest and dearest friends if it meant following the Navy's orders and eliminating Vegapunk, who we know no reason for him to have any hostility towards. So he's just taking out another old friend because the military said so. So Kizaru is fast becoming just a cold antagonist. Like, I feel he should have been switched with the ice powers. I do want to acknowledge, though, that they want to save the Punk records, but eliminate Vegapunk. So I'm wondering if... Now, the reason they want to eliminate Vegapunk is because of the history of the Void Century that he may or may not be looking into, they believe he's looking into. But wouldn't that information be stored in Punk records? So are they just willing to erase that information? Is there other things in the Punk records? Do they feel like their advancement in technology is too great of a loss, so they need to save that and just delete the Void Century information? Maybe that's all it is. But in not destroying Punk records, I don't feel Vegapunk can ever truly be eliminated. I'm sure he's got his mind in there somewhere. Our favorite evil pigeon goes to make a distraction as Lucci charges at Vegapunk, and this is where my questions happen, because Stussy takes the block with the finger pistol, and she ends up bleeding and is on the ground while Lucci is, again, targeting Vegapunk. Sanji does not take this well, takes the bubble gun from Nami and puts everyone's least favorite giraffe in bubble jail, while Zoro attacks Lucci, saying, oh, you grew a spine, or you're feeling confident enough to attack us now that your backup's on the way. Lucci says, no way you're taking me and Kizaru, I'm going to kill you all. They say, hey, don't underestimate us. Lucci and Zoro go flying out through the wall, while Stussy is bleeding on the ground. Now, I was dead set believing that Stussy was our imposter, and it was actually the Blackbeard pirate in disguise as her. Two main reasons. The one being that we realized last time that Sanji had said, hey, welcome back, Stussy, meaning she was alone, gone somewhere on her own, could have been made that switch. And then the comment someone had mentioned when I said Lucci was looking at or glaring at her, it could be because of the Zoan fruit, he spent so much time with her, that he had sensed, smelled something was off, like she had changed, she was different, where someone like Chopper wouldn't have noticed a change because he hadn't spent any time with her. So I was convinced 100% that she was the imposter. It doesn't overly make sense then for her to throw herself to protect Vegapunk unless Blackbeard had said, I need Vegapunk, which led me down the spiral of Blackbeard's motives, and that's just a terrible thing to spiral down into because Blackbeard's motives never make any sense to anybody. So, we know that Blackbeard knew that there were 3 paths leaving Wano. One till Elbath, the Winter Island where he met up with La, knowing one of the three would end up there, and then the other one to Egghead. So he didn't send anyone to Elbath as far as we know, unless we're going to meet more there. Knew one of the three, either Kid, Luffy, or La, would end up at the Winter Island, which is where he fought La, obviously, trauma. And then he did send people to Egghead. Maybe it had nothing to do with hunting down Luffy. What if the main priority was Vegapunk from the beginning? Okay, why would Blackbeard be after Vegapunk? First, I went down the theory of, well, he already has Pudding, who with the three-eye technique, if unlocked, would be able to read the poneglyphs. And he is a student of history. He's interested in history, so an historian. I feel that is not a bad road to go down. So if Vegapunk can create something to either read the poneglyphs, information about the poneglyphs, or help Pudding unlock her Three Eyes ability, that would make sense to me. Then I'm like, well, what else do we know about Blackbeard's motivations? He went after Boa the first chance he had to steal her devil fruit power. She had made the comment, like, even if you kill me, all the pirates that I turn to stone who are of your crew will not turn back. And then he didn't kill her, but he was going to. I'm wondering if he wants to take the devil fruit to either petrify somebody or unpetrify someone from like previous generations ago, an original holder of Boa's fruit turned someone to stone. Maybe something to do with the Rocks Pirates. I'm still going down that rabbit hole from previous video. So that's an interesting concept, that he wants to unpetrify somebody and needs Boa's devil fruit for that. However, he changed his mind and decided Vegapunk would be a better target after seeing the Seraphims on Amazon Island, and left because of Rayleigh, despite the fact Rayleigh had said he would be no match for Blackbeard given his older age now. So Blackbeard theoretically would know that he could probably take Rayleigh in a fight because he's no longer Prime Rayleigh. I'm wondering why he left so easily. I feel there's something there. I'm very excited to know what Blackbeard's motivations are and who the hell the imposter is in this arc. Going back to Kizaru, he has caught up with the Sunny and the robot Vegapunk that's carrying it. And just when he's about to attack, he just hears a, "Hello there, long time no see." And the next thing you know, he's getting punched in the gut by Luffy, who is finally here, my darling boy. And I love it. I love it. I love both the scans and the official, because it's just like, you're cheeky as always, or you're some rude, something like that. No manners. And I am so excited to see them fight. I would prefer it be either Sanji and Zoro. My preference being Zoro, just because when it comes to Sabaody, the main thing I remember is Kizaru about to kill Zoro, and Usopp, in his shock, pulls himself out of his shock and is about to shoot him with everything he got. Usopp, time skip, going up against an admiral to protect Zoro. Love that moment. So I would have loved a repeat of Zoro and Usopp against Kizaru. Usopp from far back offering defense, obviously. That would be my preference, but I'm all for Luffy taking them down. Interested to see what the Celestial Dragon's going to be up to. Interested to see what Blackbeard's going to be, or Blackbeard Pirates are going to be revealed. I need more, and I want to get to Elbath. It's going to be so much fun. I want to go to Davy Jones' locker before we get to Elbath, because we had an underground arc after Sabaody, and I feel it's a perfect opportunity to run into the man with the burn scar who makes whirlpools, and we can go down to Davy Jones' locker and maybe go to the underworld, because I need to get there so we can have the reunion with Ace and Whitebeard and everybody from our past that will make me cry all just forever. Probably should put the tinfoil hat on before I said that sentence. Anywho, that's all I got. I will talk to you later.